Hello and welcome to the Black Graduate Celebration sponsored by the Cornell Black Alumni Association. My name is John Rawlins III, class of 2006, and I am honored to serve as the 16th president of the Cornell Black Alumni Association. Now, we were hoping to be able to have this event via Zoom and live prior to everything happening, but because of some circumstances, we needed to go ahead and move this to a pre-recorded format. And so I want to say thank you for those of you who are watching from wherever you're viewing. As we always do begin with our formal events, we want to start out with the singing of the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening stars. Let it resound loud as a rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. We will march on till victory is won. March on a little longer, raise your fists a little higher till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won.
This celebration is for you, the class of 2021. Listen, it's been a very, very different time, and this time last year, we were celebrating the class of 2020 in hopes that we would all be back together in person on East Hill to be able to celebrate you all, but as you all saw, we had to continue to socially distance and be in quarantine even during the commencement season. But we're so glad that you all were able to have some kind of in-person ceremony back on campus. But now, your alumni family, as well as your family and friends, want to take this opportunity to celebrate you and all that you've accomplished. And so to kick us off, we're going to actually hear from 3 administrators at Cornell who want to send their well wishes to you. We're going to hear from Ryan Lombardi, our Vice President for Student and Campus Life, from Marla Love, the Robert W. and Elizabeth C. Staley Interim Dean of Students. But to kick us off, let us hear from Martha Pollack, our University President.
Hello, everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2021. This past year at Cornell was not the way any of you imagined spending your last year at Cornell. But not only did you successfully complete the final semesters of your degrees, navigating so many new demands under such unprecedented circumstances, but you did so while supporting each other through an extraordinary year. It was a year that challenged every student at Cornell, and one that was especially difficult for our Black and Brown communities, which have borne a disproportionate impact from the pandemic, along with the burdens of systemic racism and injustice. Black Students United, the Black Graduate and Professional Students Association, and the Cornell Black Alumni Association have all played an especially valuable role over the past year, and I am grateful for everything they have done to strengthen Black excellence at Cornell. In the face of so many challenges, all of you have done something remarkable, and I know you will all achieve incredible things going forward. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Black graduates in the class of 2021. You did it. You made it through and you're here at the finish line of graduation. You have so much to be proud of. This was an extraordinarily difficult year. We faced tragedy on our campus, and we saw tragedies unfold across the nation repeatedly. And yet you were able to push through and finish up with your degree, and do so in extraordinary fashion under extraordinarily difficult circumstances. Congratulations. I also want to thank you, for you have done so much to make Cornell a better place. You've challenged Cornell to do better and to be better, and you've encouraged your peers and everyone in our community to think about how we support students now and in the future. And your advocacy has made a difference, hopefully for you and some of your peers, but also for future generations of Cornellians. So thank you. Now, I want to encourage you, as you move into the next chapter of your life, to continue to use that voice. There continue to be systemic inequities across the United States and across the world. And we need you and we need all Cornellians to use your knowledge and what you've gained here for better good. I know you will, and I encourage you to continue to advocate to make the world a better place for all. Now, I'm hopeful that you received some help along the way with your journey at Cornell. I'm certain you probably got some help from your family and hopefully your friends, but also hopefully from some faculty and maybe some staff too. I want to encourage you also to be sure to thank those people who have helped you get to this point today. None of us ever gets through these milestones alone. So make sure to let those people know who made a difference in your life that they did so, and remind them of that frequently. Now, I hope that you'll stay involved in the Cornell community after your graduation. Just because you finish this chapter doesn't mean that your relationship with Cornell discontinues. Stay in touch. As an alum, you can continue to advocate for Cornell to do more for its students and to support the student experience in the future. I encourage you to use that voice, and I encourage you to stay in touch with me and other colleagues here on campus as we strive to do the same. Finally, I want to congratulate you again. I want to wish you the very, very best. Stay safe and be strong. I look forward to staying in touch, and best wishes to you.
Hello, Black graduates. I'm privileged to join your family and friends in celebrating your commencement into a future of new beginnings. At last year's ceremony, remarks were made about the uncertainty of COVID as we experienced the first month of social distancing and Cornell life from all points of the globe. Who knew what changes were ahead? We've had a year that brought moments of celebration and moments that have rocked us to the core. I know what you've been through to get to this day. Our communities felt the pain and anguish as we once again were confronted with racial violence. You took to your community streets and social media sites calling out for justice as COVID disproportionately impacted Black communities, and Black trans women continued to be targets of violence and hate. You fought for eviction moratoriums, equitable access to vaccines, and you mourned the loss of a community member and classmate. You were resilient, courageous, and bold in the face of racial injustice, the pandemic, and the challenges of academics. Perhaps this was not the final year you thought you would have. You studied at home instead of in the apartment you landed with your best friend. Your jobs and internships went online. You lost a loved one. But you pushed forward in community with and for each other to great things, to leave a lasting mark on the Cornell community, showing us the best of Black excellence. Our community is impacted for the better by your contributions and presence. May your new beginnings bring you joy. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you so much, President Pollack, Vice President Lombardi, and Dean Love. We appreciate your remarks and for joining us in this celebration. To the families and friends who are watching, as well as alumni all across the world, we want to thank you all for the way that you have supported these students, these newly minted alumni in their journey from the beginning to the end of their Cornell career. We want to appreciate all that you've done to keep them motivated, to help them and to assist them, and to help bring out the best in them. No one, I mean absolutely no one, graduates from Cornell University alone. There are always going to be individuals who help them along the way, and you are a major part of their community. So again, to the family, to the friends, and to all of our alumni, we want to say thank you so much. I also want to make sure that I thank very much so our faculty, our staff, and our administrators who have helped usher these students through the experience. We know that your work is hard, your work is long, but you do so much to support our students and make sure that they not only begin well, but that they finish, right? That they accomplish all that they came to do. And so we want to say thank you to you for all your hard work and all your efforts. But of course, we must focus in now and celebrate those who have made the journey, the class of 2021. Graduates, I want you to take an opportunity to really reflect on the experiences that you've had. Think about all that you have done. You have graduated from college. You graduated from one of the best universities on this planet, Cornell University. And you did it in the midst of multiple pandemics, right? Absolutely, we think about the global health crisis that is the COVID-19 coronavirus and everything that it did to have to move us to virtual platforms, to make us learn and engage in very different ways. It forced us to learn technology in a way that some individuals may not have known prior to. But we also experienced a racial pandemic, one that has gone on for many, many years, but in these last 18 months seems to have been highlighted in such a different way. And you all have stood up, you all have advocated, and you all have been incredible in terms of how you've come together as a community. I want you to think about how you've adapted to these changes. That is something that in the job world and in any space that you will go into moving forward, that is something that many people value, because it's not easy for a lot of people to accept change, let alone adapt to change. But you were able to do that. Sure, it made things uncomfortable and made some things very unfamiliar, but you adapted to change and you made it happen, and it got you to this point where you're now Cornell University alumni. And again, the way that you stood up and you advocated for your community. I think it was Dean Love that talked about the way that you protested, the way that you spoke out, the way that you made your voices heard. That is something that is so very important, and I believe truly fundamental to the collegiate experience. And you took these opportunities and you made things happen, and you've worked and worked and worked to see change happen. And no, all of it hasn't come to fruition, but what I am comforted by and what I am honored by is the fact that you did it, and we know that you will continue to be those voices for our community to see that change through. I want you to think about it this way. We've often talked about, with this particular era of time that we live in, how this is something that our children and our children's children and our children's children's children will read about and study about in their history books, right? So we're living history. But I also want you to realize that you, yes, you are history. Making it to this point, accomplishing something that many have not done ever, graduating in a pandemic is absolutely something that you should be proud of, that you were able to accomplish. Come hell or high water, with all the things, all the obstacles that might have come in your way, you're here today as a graduate, as an alum of Cornell University, and that is something to be absolutely proud of, and especially an alum from our community, a Black alum. You come from an incredible legacy of individuals who have done the same, and we are so very proud to honor you today and to welcome you to the Cornell University alumni family and to the Cornell Black Alumni Association family. In our community, we value creativity. We value artistic expression in the ways in which individuals share themselves with the community and with the world. During our reunion a couple of weeks ago, members of Cornell University's gospel choirs, Promotion Gospel Choir, How Excellent Gospel Choir, and Chosen Generation Gospel Choir got together and recorded a virtual choir rendition of 3 of our theme songs, some of our favorite songs that have been a part of the Cornell gospel music experiences for many, many years. And we would like to present this performance to you now. So now let me tell you a little bit more about the Cornell Black Alumni Association, more affectionately known as CBA. CBA is the oldest diversity alumni program group at Cornell. We were founded in 1976 by 5 incredible alumni who wanted to create a network for Black Cornellians beyond their time on the Hill. And literally for the last 45 years, that network, that community, that family continues to grow by leaps and bounds. We serve almost 10,000 Black alumni and have a membership that continues to be strong and to engage in the affairs of the university and within our communities. Now listen, we are an alumni serving organization. What does that mean? We want to know what you need to be successful, ways in which we can connect you to not only individuals, but to opportunities, and for ways that we can engage and really come together. So we really do want to hear from you because you are our newest members, our newest alumni as a part of this family. We also want to make sure that the students on campus and the institutions that we love, such as the Africana Studies and Research Center, Ujima Residential College, Worry House, and many others, have what they need to provide a quality experience for our students. I often like to say we want to make sure our students have a culturally validating experience at Cornell. And so we as an organization do all we can to support the efforts of our staff, our faculty, and our administrators. We have various events and programs that we do throughout the year, and CBA is always at the forefront of making sure that the Black voice is heard throughout the alumni space at Cornell. Some of our favorite events include our homecoming every year, which you're probably a little bit more familiar with. You've seen us and we've been present during homecoming, providing opportunities for engagement between both students and alumni. Every 3 years, just as we did a couple of weeks ago, we gather for our reunion. And we come back usually to campus. This year, not quite, but in 2024, we will be back and in full force, having a full weekend of events celebrating not only the Black experience at Cornell, but networking, opportunities to engage, and a whole lot of fun. Don't get it twisted. Just because we're alumni doesn't mean we don't know how to have fun anymore. Ask the folks who graduated in the 70s, okay? I promise you, they'll lay it all out for you, okay? So we've done those things. We also host annual fundraisers such as our Alvin Ailey fundraiser in New York City. And since the beginning of the pandemic, we've been able to move some programs to our virtual space where we've created our virtual Unity Hours. Unity Hours should be familiar to you, right? That Ujima program that used to happen on Sundays or still does happen on Sundays. Well, we've moved in the alumni sphere to a virtual platform where we can engage around various topics, have some great discussions, get together and have some fun. And then at the end of the night, again, we do turn up. I'm just trying to get you used to the things that you'll see. It's a great balance. In all honesty, it's great to be able to come together as a community to talk about those important issues, the things that we need to be caught up on, to be able to have the opportunity to connect and see fellow alumni, meet new alumni, and to really see this legacy that you come from. In many of our events, you'll see individuals that graduated as early as the 60s and the 70s, all the way to your classmates over the last few years, the classes of 19 and 20, and now you, the class of 2021. So we invite you to become a part of the CBA experience and engage with us. One of the great things about CBA is that when you graduate, your first year of membership is absolutely free. I keep telling students all the time, when you're in college, free things either taste better or just are better, right? So you have the opportunity to get a free 1-year membership to the Cornell Black Alumni Association. And you can do that by visiting our website, cbaa1976.org, and clicking on the membership tab and asking to join. All you gotta do is fill out the form, submit it, and guess what? You are a member of the Cornell Black Alumni Association. Now, after your first year, our dues are $35 annually, or you can choose to join as a lifetime member for $325 in a one-time payment. And again, membership comes with its perks. You get early access to our CBA store, information about various events before we release it to the entire public, and many, many more things that we're continuing to build out as an organization. But listen, we want you to be a part of this community. Our organization has lasted for 45 years because newly minted alumni like yourself join our ranks, get involved, and get active. So we have opportunities for you to serve on committees. You can find information about our committees on our website. You're able to get in touch and be a part of the inner workings of the organization. And then maybe eventually, this will be you as the president or someone on the board who is helping to serve and to lead our organization to its future. So again, we want you to join us formally, okay? We do have a formal membership process, which is actually just you filling out the form. At this point, this year for you, your first year, all you have to do is fill out the form and then you're a member of SEBA. And then again, after your first year, our dues are currently $35 a year annually, or you can join as a lifetime member for $325. At this point, I hope that you've been able to interact and meet with so many members of our association prior to the pandemic, and then for some of you, even in the midst of the pandemic through virtual platforms. But no matter what, this community is here for you. We are a part of your family, and we will always be. And we want to make sure that you have the tools and the resources that you need to be successful. You know, in the church world, which is partially where I come from, they always say that everything you need is in the house. Well, I truly believe that everything we need as alumni of Cornell University is within our community, within the Cornell Black Alumni Association. And so I hope that you will take the opportunity to join today. I also want to encourage you to consider getting involved not just in SEBA, but in many other aspects of alumni volunteer life. It's an amazing experience to be able to continue the work of Cornell University, continue to engage with your fellow alumni, and to even help individuals come into Cornell, other individuals that look like you and I. There's so many opportunities, and I encourage you to visit alumni.cornell.edu to find out more about volunteer opportunities and how you can get involved. Well, everybody, that's the end of our celebration. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to each and every person who is tuning in, and again, say congratulations to the class of 2021. You all have accomplished many great things, and we look forward to all that you'll accomplish later. But again, guess what? You are part of the Cornell alumni family. That is something to be proud of and something to be very excited about. And we look forward to all the things that you'll accomplish in your professional future, in your personal future, but all the things that you will bring to not only the Cornell Black Alumni Association, but to the Cornell alumni family. I want to say thank you so much to our executive board, namely our Vice President for Programming, Kamila Knight, and our Vice President for Student Relations, Wilma Ann Anderson, for helping to make this happen, and to all the individuals who helped to get this together. Even though we could not do this formally like we wanted to, I believe that this is a great opportunity for us to celebrate, and I know that all of our alumni wish you well. We look forward to celebrating the next graduates, the class of 2022, and hopefully an in-person Black graduation on campus. And we hope that you will join us September 17th and 18th back on the Hill as we celebrate Cornell homecoming. Yes, we're going to be there, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we want you to be a part of the festivities. Again, if there's anything that we can do to support you and to help you as you transition into your alumni life, please let us know. Please reach out. Go to our website, SEBA1976.com, and leave a message there, and we'll get back to you to help out wherever we can. We also encourage you to follow us on social media at CBAA1976, our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Twitter. Keep up with everything that's going on with SEBA. There's a lot to look forward to and a lot that we want you to be involved with, so make sure you follow us on our social media platforms and join us for an event or two or all. Listen, this experience as Cornell alumni can be amazing. It can be a lot of fun, it can be very engaging, but it's all that you make of it. So we hope to see you around. Again, to the class of 2021, our hats are off to you. We celebrate you all, and we want to congratulate you on this momentous occasion. Thank you all so much. Take care, and God bless.